Hi guys, I'm going to be going now into lesson 2.8, which is basically the same exact stuff that we have been talking about. This is also the last lesson of chapter 2 that I'm going to do. 2.9, I'm not doing at all. So after 2.8, I'm then going to go over to the chapter review and go over some of those questions. I just want you to do it with me. There's really nothing that needs to be turned in. Just do the problems that I do with me, and that's all I need from you. And then we're going to be moving on to chapter 3. So that is what I'm going to be planning on doing this week. So I am now going to go and write down we're going to start the lesson 2.8. So I'm going to flip it over here and we're going to continue doing the same exact stuff. The only difference is that this one, it's going to give you a number up here, and you're going to see whether it is too high or too low, and then to adjust it. So for example, but even on your homework, I'm not going to give you one of those problems. So you're just going to do the regular normal division, which again uses the same method that I've been using. Dead monkey, smell crazy bad. And remember that if you don't know where to start, always start at 5 and go up or down from there. So here, they are starting at, they put 6 up here. When they did the multiplication behind it, they found out it was 288. And when you subtract, the subtraction came out to be 50, which is higher than your divisor. So that means that this number up here was actually too low. It could have went in one more time at least. So you would know from there, then you can just cross it out and try the next number. So then they went over here and then they tried another one and they saw, oh, they tried a 7. So when they multiplied it, it came out to be 455, which is too high. So therefore they did a problem. They did it wrong here. This should have been adjusted down to a 6. So that is what you're going to be doing. It says a new music group makes 6,127 copies of the first CD. The group sells 75 copies of the CD at each of its shows. How many shows does it take for the group to sell all of the CDs? So all of them need to be gone, not just some of them. They all need to be gone. So 75, can 75 go into 6? No, it cannot. So I'm going to put an X above it. How about into 61? No. How about into 612? Well, yes, at least once. So I'm going to just sit here and guess. So I would say I don't know. So I'm going to start at 5 and then adjust it from there. So 5 times 5 is 25, carry your 2. This is 35, 36, 37. So I'm still quite a ways away by a lot, actually. So I could adjust it. I can go up more. I can go to like 7. So I'm going to try 7. So it'd be 35, carry your 3. Then 7 times 7 is 49, plus 3, plus 3 would be 52. Sorry, yeah, 52. Which again is too low. So maybe I can try one more and see. Sorry, 75 times 8 now. So this one would be 8 times 5 is 40, carry your 4. Then this would be 56 plus 4 is 60. So that's 600. And then it's only 12 away. So there's no way I can get another 75 in there. So it is only 8. And then when you subtract it, that is 12. Check it. We are okay. So then we're going to bring down our next number. So then I got to see how many 75s will go into 127. So people will be like, well, maybe it's 2. So we're going to try 2 over here. That would be 10. Carrier 1, that would be 14 plus 1 is 15. So that is too high. So therefore, it could only go in once. And then when you subtract, well, that would be 1 times 75 is 75. So now we subtract, can 7 minus 5 is 2, and then 12 minus 7 is 5. And is it smaller? Yes. So therefore, this is telling you that it would be 81 shows, but then there would still be 52 CDs left over. So therefore, in order to sell all of them, you would need to then go and bring it up one more. So one more show. So then this would be 82 full shows to get to sell all of them. So that is what you would have to say. All right, next one. Here they're giving you one to do, and I'm going to skip that. We're going to actually just go right on down here, and it says to adjust it. Again, I'm not going to give you one on like this on your homework, but I do want you at least to try it to see what to do. So in this case, it says 41 can go into 1. It's saying no, it cannot. That's why there's nothing there. They're saying nope, can't go in here. So now they're saying it can go into 154 4 times. So we're going to try that off to the side. 41 times 4. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And what is that? That is actually too high. So therefore, I'm going to try to bring it on down by 1. So that would be a 3, and then 4 times 3 is 12. And that is actually as close as I'm going to get. So I'm going to adjust it by changing it to a 3. And then when you multiply, it comes to 123. So when you subtract, that would be 1. And this one would be 3. Then you check it, you are okay. So then you bring down your next number. So then how many 41s will it take you to go into 316? So this is again, a checking and guessing kind of a thing. So if I do 5 times, 41 times, well, this is 4. So that's pretty far away. So I'm going to go and do 8. Let's see what that does. So 8, and then this is 32. Oh, that is too high by just a little bit. So I'm going to then bring it on down to 7. So that would be a 7, and 7 times 4 is 28. So therefore, as high as I can go without going over would be a 7. That would be 287. Can you have a 6 and take away 7? No, you cannot. So this would be 0. This is now 16 minus 7 is 9. 0 minus 8, you can't do that. So then this is 10 minus 8 is 2. So then you can check it. And then your answer is actually 37. So 37, remainder 29. So that is the one thing I don't like about these, because you can't tell whether the 2 was supposed to be above it or not. So it's kind of shifted away. It's actually, can 16 go into 4? That is a no. But into 41, you can try that. So 16 times 2, we'll try that. They're already saying it should be 2, so let's see if that is correct. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. And yeah, that's actually right, because if I do try 3, that would be 18, carrying my 1, that would be a 4. That's too high. So therefore, it only goes in twice. So that is true. 32, subtract 1 minus 2. Can you do that? No. And then 11 minus 2 is 9. Check it. We are okay. Bring down our next number. And so we're pretty far away, especially with 3 going by 16. So let's try and try 5. So 16 times 5. That would be 30, carry your 3. That would be 80. So it looks like I could probably still get another 16 in there. So let's try times 6 now. That would be 36, carry your 3, and that would be 6 plus 3 more is 9. So therefore that would be 96. Subtract, that would be 0. So therefore my answer should have been 27. So I'm not going to keep doing more of those because I really just want you guys to be doing the division and not having it try to make you adjust it. So I'm more worried about you guys learning your division facts. So we are now going to keep going with this. Again, we're going to use our dead monkeys smell crazy bad method. So now we're going to keep going. So can 19 go into 9? No. Can it go into 91? Yes. So I don't know where to start. So if I don't know where to start, always go and start at 5. So 9 times 5 is 45. Carry your 4. And then a 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4 is 9. So that is too high, but just by a little bit. So that means I need to probably bring it down by 1. So that would be 36. Carry your 3. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 3 is 7. So therefore, that goes in 4 times. Then multiply. 4 times 19 is 76. Then you subtract. Can you have 1 and take away 6? No, you cannot. So that becomes an 8 now. This is an 11 minus 6 is 5. 8 minus 7 is 1. Then check it. We are okay. So we're going to bring down our next number. So now we have to see how many 19s will it take to get into this. So I see that 76 is almost double that. So I'm going to try changing this to even doubling that, which is 8. Let's see what that does. So 72, carry your 7. Again, there is really no reason behind this, guys. You're just guessing and checking numbers and seeing if it works or not. If not, go down. If it's too high, go down. If it's too low, go up. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of guessing and checking. So 8 times 1 is 8, plus 7 is 15. Nope, that is as close as I'm going to get. So that goes in 8 times. That would be 152. Subtract, that would be 3 remaining. So therefore, your answer is 48 remainder 3. Or if you want to put it in fraction format, it would be 48 and 3 over 19. So either one of those ways. Next, 28. Can 28 go into 1? No. How about 18? No. How about 182? Yes. So again, if you don't have an idea, always start at 5. So that would be 40, carry your 4. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. So it probably, I can get another 28 in there. So I'm going to try now moving it up a little bit. Now, if I stopped there and I did it and I subtracted, my number would come out to be bigger than my divisor, which means that I was wrong. I should have at least put in another one. So do keep that in mind. Even if you said that it was 140, your number would come out after you subtract bigger than your divisor, which it did right over here. And if it does do that after you subtract, you need to go back and adjust that number up at the top. It means it could have gone in at least another time. So keep that in mind. So now I'm going to try 6. This would have been 48. So I'm going to carry my 4. That would be 12 plus 4 is 16. So if you want, you can even try again if you think it is very possible that another one could have gone in. That would have been 56, carry your 5. It's 14 plus 5 is 19. So that's going over. So therefore, it can only go in 6 times. So when you subtract, you have 2 and take away 8, no. So then 12 minus 8 is 4 and a 1. Check it, we are okay. So I'm going to bring down my 5. Then how close can I get? This is why I keep my work along the side, because then it's something that I can go back to and look at. So 145, as close as I can get, is definitely only 5 times, because I can get to 140, which is as close as I'm going to get. Then you subtract, that would be 5. So therefore, that would be remainder of 5. Or if you put it in fraction format, it would be 65 and 5 over 28. All right, next. So we're going to see how many times 45 can go into 3. It can't. How about 35? No. How about 351? Again, if you have no idea where to start, always start at 5 and go up and down from there. So this is 25, carrying 2. This is 20 plus 2 is 22. It is low, so I could probably put in another couple or two. So I'm going to now guess 45 times, let's try 8. That would be 40, carry my 4. That is 32 plus 4 is 36, which is going over. So therefore, I just went over. So I actually should bring it down to 7. That would be 35, carry your 3. That would be 28, 29, 30, 31. So as close as I can get is 7. And even though it is a big number in between these two, 1 minus 5, can you do that? No. So you're going to come over and you're going to borrow. And then when you subtract, 11 minus 5 is 6. 4 minus 1 is 3. Then you check it. It is smaller. So as long as it's smaller, then that's what I want. So since this number is smaller than my divisor, then I am on the right track. That means my 7 was correct. Then bring down your next number. Then how many 45s will go into 368, as close as you can get. Again, this is why I keep all my stuff here. And look at here. It's telling me it's 360 for 8 times. So therefore, that is as close as I'm going to get. I'm not getting any closer than that. So when you subtract, that would be an 8. So therefore, your answer would be 78, remainder 8. Or if you write it in fraction format, it would be 78 and 8 over your divisor, which is 45. So then that is those. So guys, I know I've done a ton of division on you guys. So I'm only going to do like 2 more up here and then we'll move down to these. And I'll skip all these. If you need to do more practice, you can certainly most definitely do that on another sheet of paper and do it at your own leisure. So here is the next one. Can 15 go into 9? No, it cannot. Can it go into 97? Yes. So 15 times, let's try 5. Remember, if you have no idea where to go, always start at 5. That would be 25, carry your 2. That would be 75. And that is pretty low. So I'm going to try one more, see what that does. This one would be 30, carry my 3. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. And 90, yes, it was only 97 is what I needed to get to. It's only 7 away. So therefore, that is as close as I'm going to get. So that is a 6. 6 times 15 came out to be 90. So then you subtract, which is 7. Check it. We are okay. So then I'm going to bring down my 5. How many 15s can go into 75? Well, look here. We already did that. It goes in 5 times. So 5 times 15 is 75 and leaving you with nothing remaining. So therefore your answer is 65. I'm going to skip this one. We're going to go right on over here. So can 34 go into 6? No. How about 68? Yes, but now I gotta guess. So I'm gonna try timesing it by 2 and seeing what that does. That would be an 8 and a 6. Oh, look at that. You're not gonna get any closer. That is 2 times, that would be 68. So when you subtract, that would be a 0. Then you check it, you are okay. So I'm gonna bring down my next number, which is a 3. So now how many 34s can go into 3? That is 0 times. So you need to say a number. Even if it can't go in, you have to say 0. So 0 times 34 is 0. That would be a 3. Check it. We are okay. So now I'm going to bring down my next number. How many 34s will go into 37? That should only be 1 because 2 is 68, which is too high. So that would be 34. When you subtract, that would be a remainder of 3. So therefore, your answer should have been 201, remainder 3, or 201 and 3 over 34. One of those is good. All right, now we're going to be talking about this one. Now, remember when we are doing these type of problems, what you should do is now they have blanked out this one. Remember your first one is always the one that goes inside the box. So truly what it's saying is this, and then your second number is always your divisor, and then this is your quotient. So how do you go about checking this to see and finding out what this number is? Well, you should actually be doing the opposite of this. So you should be working backwards. So what is the opposite of division? It is multiplication. So you should be multiplying these two to find out the answer. So when you multiply these two, 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3 again. Then that one is done. So I'm going to bring down my 0. And then I go 1 times 3 is 3 again. And 1 times 3 is 3. So when I add, this would be a 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. And then a 3. So therefore, my answer would be 363. Next on this one, in order to do this one, you would just simply write down everything. I'm very visual. I need to see exactly where it needs to be placed, so I'm putting it into the box. This one needs to be on the outside of the box. And so what it's asking is this question. Well, it's just like your normal division problems, guys. So therefore, I'm just going to tell you, you should have divided, and if you divided correctly, it would have came out to be 21, because 2 times 52 is 104. Then you would subtract, that would be a 5. Check it, you would be good. So then you bring down your 2. And then how many 52s go into 52? That would have been 1, because 1 times 52 is 52. And when you subtract, that would be nothing remaining. So therefore, your answer would have been 21. So that one was 21. And then this one, again, whatever's in the box needs to go here. This is the one that is missing. And then this one is our 33. Now here again, in this type of a situation, in order to do this, you should be working backwards yet again. So actually you should not be, sorry, you should not be working backwards here, because it is saying 33 times what is going to be 429. So in this case, what you have to do when you get kind of these questions, all you have to do is now adjust the 33 down here and then divide it because it is another factor. So we got to figure out what the other factor is. So I can always just divide these two out to find out what is that missing number. So when you go about doing that, I'm going to do that over here. Can 33 go into 4? No. How about 42? Yes. That is just once. That would be 33. So I subtract. Can I have 2 and take away 3? No, I cannot. So 12 minus 3 is 9. Check it. I am good. So I'm going to bring down my next 9. How many 33s does it take to go into 99? I'm going to try 3, which is a 9 and a 9. So it goes in 3 times. That would be 99 and 0 remaining. So therefore my answer to this is actually 13. All right, guys. So a deli served 1,288 sandwiches in 4 weeks. If it served the same number of sandwiches each day, how many sandwiches did it serve in one day? So explain how you would find the answer. So they said that they did 1,288 sandwiches in 4 weeks, but they're actually wanting it in days. So do keep that in mind. So in order to figure this out, we would have to divide this by 4 weeks. The problem is the question is saying in days. So in order to figure out days, we actually should be changing this to days as well. So 4 weeks times how many days? That would be times 7. 7 days are in a week. So therefore that would actually be 28 days. So in order to do this, I would have to divide 1,288 by 28 days. So I'm going to do that right over here. So 1,288 divided by 28. Can I put it in 1? No. How about 12? No. How about 128? Yes. So now I'm going to try 5. That would be 40. Carry a 4. That would be 14, which is just too high. So now I'm going to bring it down to 4. See what happens there. That would be 32. Carry your 3. That would be 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would be 112. So I can put it in 4 times. That would be 112. When you subtract, that'd be a 6 and a 1. Check it. You're good. So bring down. So then how many 28s can go into 168? Remember, this is your 5. So maybe we can put in one more. Let's check it and see. So times it by 6, that would be 48. So carry my 4. This would be 12 plus 4 is 16. So therefore that goes in 6 times, 168 with 0 remaining. So therefore your answer is 46 days. Sorry, 46 sandwiches in one day. Per day. So that is what you do. Next, Kiona collects trading cards. He has 1,025 baseball cards, 713 basketball cards, and 836 football cards. He wants to put all of them in albums. Each page in the album holds 18 cards. How many pages will he need to hold all of his cards? So he's going to put these all in albums. So we just want to know how much will he need to put them all in. So in this case, we first got to figure out how many cards he has total in order to divide them out. So the first thing that you should have done is you should have added up all of his cards. And then once you do that, then you are going to then divide it by 18 card pages. So when you add this all up, just to save some time and battery life, I'm going to just tell you when you add that all up, it comes out to be 2,574. And then you're going to divide it by 18. So now we're going to figure out how many 18s go into this number. All right, so I am going to do that very quickly. 2,574 divided by 18. So can 18 go into 2? No, it cannot. How about into 25? Yep, one time. So then when you subtract, that would be a 7. Check it. We are okay. So bring down your next 7. How many 18s do you think will take to go into 77? Remember, if you have no idea where to start, always start at 5 and adjust from there. So this would be 40, carry you 4. That would be 90. So it is too high. So now I'm going to just drop it down. That would be 2, that would be a 3. So this would go in 7, so 72. So yeah, you're not going to get any closer than that. So that's a 4. This would be 72. Subtract it, that would be a 5. Check it, I am good. So now I'm going to bring down my next number. Well, it's saying how many can I get in as close to 54 as possible without going over. 4 is going over, so I'm going to try 3. And this would be 24, carry your 2, that would be a 3 plus 2 is 5. And that is exactly what we wanted. So therefore that went in 3 times with nothing remaining. So therefore the answer is 143 pages. All right, so then we're gonna go over to the next page. I am just going to see what this one's about. This is a banquet hall serves 2,394 pounds of turkey during a 3-week period. If the same amount is served each day, how many pounds of turkey does the banquet hall serve each day? So again, they want just per day, and they're giving it to us in weeks. So what do you need to find? You need to find out how much would be served in one day. So just to save some time, I'm going to come over and I'm just going to bring in this. So what you're finding is how much turkey is served in one day. Now, what information are you given to you? It is telling us how many pounds, which is 2,394 pounds of turkey, and they're telling us it's in 3 weeks, but they want it in days. So in order to do weeks to days, there's how many days in a week? There is 7, so 7 times 3 weeks would be 21 days. So in order to do this, we would now take this and divide it by 21. So that is what I do here. So when I do divide that out, it does come out to be 114. So therefore, your answer is 114 pounds of turkey each day. And then while I'm here, I'm just going to quickly run into this problem. It says Marcos mixes 624 ounces of lemonade. He wants to fill the 52 cups that he has with equal amounts of lemonade. How much lemonade should he put into each cup? So again, you are dividing it 52. How many 52s go into 624? Again, 52 cannot go into 6, but it can go into 62 one time. 1 times 52 is 52. When you subtract, that would be a 10. You check it, you're good. So then you bring down your 4. How many 52s can go into 104? So I tried 2 because it was pretty close, and it came out to be 104, which is exactly what I wanted. And when I subtracted, it would be 0 remaining. So therefore, it was 12 ounces per cup. So now I'm going to go over to your homework now. Again, you are going to still have to show your work. You're going to use the same dead monkey smell crazy bad again. So this is the only method that I will be using this year to save from confusion. So it's all the same thing. So I'm not going to give you any of these to adjust or anything, but I do want you to go down here and do these. You can end up like putting the work up here because you're not going to be doing these problems. So I am going to do number 5 with you, and I'm going to do it up here. So can 47 go into 2,961? All right, so can 47 go into 2? No, it cannot. How about 29? Nope. How about 296? It cannot. So you can start wherever you would like, but like I say, my strategy is always to start at 5 if I have no idea where to start. So that would be a 35, carry your 3. This would be 20 plus 3 is 23. So it is close. So I'm just to be on the safe side, I want to try one more to see if it's possible that another one can go in. That would be 42, carry your 4. That would be 6 times 4 is 24 plus 4 is 28. And you can't get any higher than that. So therefore it is 6 times. So when you subtract 6 minus 2 is 4, and this is 1. So when you then check, you are good. So then you're going to bring down your next number. How many 41s will take 47 to go into 141? Now keep in mind, this is 5. So that's pretty far. So I'm going to try, bring it down by like 2. Let's try 3. So this is 21, carry your 2. This is 12 plus 2 is 14. Oh, look at that. And that is exactly what I wanted. So my answer to this is 63. So that is my quotient to that one. So that is what I want you to do. You're just simply writing out your answer. If you have a remainder, you can either write it R and then the number or a fraction. So it's however you want to do. I don't want to like keep drilling division into your brains because we have done so many. So I think I'm going to let up right now. I want you to do 7 and 8 for homework, 9 for homework, and 10. You will not be doing 11. However, this is a good space. If you need to show your work on any of these, you can do them up here as well as down here. So do keep in mind, I do need to see your work. Then the next page, I want you to do all of them on the back. So you will be doing all 6, and that is the end of this chapter in lessons, because I am going to be skipping 2.9. So after 2.9 is the chapter review, and I'm just going to go over it right now with you guys, just so that I'm not wasting anyone's time. We're going to be finishing up this chapter because you are also going to be doing lesson 3.1 this week. So I do want you to do this with me and then also do 3.1 as well. So here they're wanting to know what would the first digit of the quotient be? We are not doing that. I skipped that lesson and worrying about just the first digit. So we're not even going to do that one. But here, I do want to do this one. It wants to know whether it is true or false, whether this is correct or not. Now I'm going to tell you, they want to know whether the quotient is right. So is the answer to this division problem 25? To save time, you could, yes, of course, divide it all out. Or the other thing you can do to check it is to do the opposite, which is multiply. So if you multiply those two, it should come out to be that number if it is correct. So what I'm going to do, I think it is so much easier to actually just multiply to see if it is true. So 5 times 9 is 45, so you carry your 4. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 4 is 22. So did those two match your original dividend? It did. So therefore, this was a true statement. All right, next, I am going to check this one by timesing and seeing if it is true. So 22 times 7, 7 times 2 is 14, carrier 1, this is 14, plus 1 is 15. So again, that did come out to be a true statement as well. And this one, you can try this. You would do 39 times 9. That would be 81, carry your 8. This is 27, plus 8 is 35. And did that give us what we wanted? No, it did not. So this was actually a false statement. And then the other one is multiplying this way. Again, it would be 260 times 2. So this one would be 0. This is 12, carry a 1. And this is 4 plus 1 is 5. And did that make it to what we wanted? No, it did not. So therefore, this is false as well. All right, so it says Chen is checking a division problem by doing the following. So they're showing you exactly what was done to find the answer. Remember when you add, what is that when you add? That is the remainder. Keep that in mind. So remember when we are doing this, when we are checking, we know that that part is the remainder. Now we need to find the dividend is the end of this. So that is still unknown. But when you do this, you are putting down like one of the two things. One of these two things are going to be here and here. So it doesn't matter which one you want to do. I'm going to put the 4 here. And then I'll say that the 152 is here because remember when you multiply, that's what comes out to be. It's the quotient times the divisor. So the quotient times the divisor. And then we add in the remainder to equal our dividend. So when we are doing this, that would have been 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20, carry your 2. 4 times 1 plus 2 is 6. And then when you add in your remainder, it would come out to be 610. So therefore, our answer to this is actually 610 is what it was needed here. And then our remainder is already telling us it's going to come out to be a 2. So therefore, it's wanting to know what problem did he check? Well, to check, he took, remember, whatever is in the box needs to be listed first. He was checking the answer to 610 divided by 4. Now, again, you could have also had 152 here. Then it would have been either one of these other. So in this case, if I had 152 here, then my answer would have been 4 here with a remainder of 2. Or if I did 100, if I did 4 here, then my answer would be 152, which is the other number, and then a remainder of 2 still. So that is what they wanted you to get from that. All right, then over here on the next page, it said Isaiah wrote this problem in the notebook using the vocabulary boxes to label the parts of the division problem. Then using the vocabulary, explain how he can check whether the quotient is correct. So you should be saying what this number up here means. That means it is the answer. So the answer to a division problem is always known as the quotient. Then the 9, I have said so many times, this is called the divisor. And then this one is the dividend. So if we want to check this using these numbers, how could I do that? So if you remember, when you are checking, to check using the vocabulary, you would be taking these two numbers and multiplying them. So in this case, you would be taking the divisor times the quotient, and it should equal your dividend. So that is what you would say. All right, now this one, it says that Tammy says the quotient of this is this. Use multiplication to check to see if she is correct. So again, if you need to be that visual person like I am, I'm going to write it out so it's just easier for my brain to understand what it's saying. So it's saying that I'm going to use multiplication to check to see if this is true. So to check this using multiplication, first I got to multiply this, and then I'm going to add. So therefore, if I did this, it would be 132 times 6, and then I'm going to add my remainder, which is a 1. So if I do that, it'd be 132 times 6. That would be 6 times 2 is 12, carry your 1. That would be 18 plus 1 is 19, carry your 1. That would be 6 plus 1 is 7. So that would be 792 plus 1 more would come out to be 793. So did it give us our answer, our dividend of 793 at the end? Yes, it did. So therefore, see if she is correct. Yes, she is. She's correct. All right, next, Jeffrey wants to save the same amount of money each week to buy a new bike. He needs $752. If he wants the bike in 14 weeks, how much money should he save each week? So this is a real life question, guys. If you want to ever save $252 and do it in 14 weeks, we should be dividing it to see how much money you should be making it per week or saving per week. So 14, can it go into 2? No. How about 25? No. I mean, yes, it can. So I'm going to try 2. So that would be 28, which is too high. So now I'm going to guess that it only goes in once. So that would be, because 2 was too high. So that would be 11. Check it. We are good. So now we're going to bring down our next number. Now it's how many 14s go into 112. Again, this is pretty far away, and this is only twice. So I'm going to go and try, let's try 7. So that would be 28, carry your 2, and that would be 9, which is still pretty far away. So I'm going to even try one more. That would be 32, carry your 3. That would be 11, and that is exactly what it is. And so it goes in 8 times, 112, 0 remaining. So therefore he needs to save $18 a week. Here, Dana is making a seating chart of the rewards banquet. There are 184 people coming to the banquet. If 8 people can be seated at each table, how many tables will be needed for the awards banquet? So again, we need to find out how many 8 people can seat at one table. So can be seated at one table, and there are 184 people coming. So we got to see how many 8s will go into this number. So can 8 go into 1? Nope. How about 18? Yes. Now again, this is probably one of ours that are on our thing. So we're going to get as close to 18 as possible. It is 16, which is twice. So that would be 2. That would be 16. When you subtract, that'd be a 2. Check it. We are good. So then you bring down your next number. How many 8s will go into 24? That is 3. 3 times 8 is 24 with nothing remaining. So therefore, they would need a total of 23 tables. All right, the next one is telling you to do partial products method, which I said we are not going to be using. So you are not going to worry about that. This next one is giving you another yes or no questions. So in order to do this, they want to know whether this is true or not. You could check this. So how do you check this? I mean, you could sit there and do the division. Me personally, I think it's easier to do the opposite, which is multiply. So you would multiply these two numbers and then add in your remainder. So again, multiply these two and then add in your remainder. And then this one, you would just multiply these two, and it should give us that number if it is true. So I am going to do this real quick. I'm going to do it right up here, 306 times 17. Let's try that. So 306 times 17, and then we have to add an 8 afterward. So this is 42, carry your 4. This is 0 plus 4 is 4, and 7 times 3 is 21. Then the 0 comes down, cross out any remainders, and 6 times 1 is 6, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 3 is 3. So when you add this, this would be a 2, this would be a 10, carry your 1, this is 2, and then a 5. But then we are still not done, we still have to add in 8 more. So when you add 8, that would be 8 plus 2 is 10, carry your 1. This is 1, a 2, and a 5. And is that the original number? Yes, it sure is. So was this a yes statement or a no statement? It is a yes, it was true. Then we're going to do this one as well. Again, you would take 209 and times it by 42. That would be 18, carry your 1, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, and then 2 times 2 is 4. Then bring down your 0, cross out any remainders. 4 times 9 is 36, carry your 3. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 3 is 3, and then 4 times 2 is 8. So this would be an 8, a 7, a 7, and an 8. But we are still not done yet. We still need to add in our remainder, which is 30. So that would be an 8. This would be a 10, carry your 1. This is an 8 and an 8. And so does that match? Yes, it sure does. So therefore, this was another yes statement. And then this one, it just wanted us to multiply to figure that out. And see if it comes out. That would be a 4, and 4 times 5 is 20. Then bring down your 0. Then 2 times 1 is 2, and then 5 times 2 is 10. So then a 4, a 2, a 2, and a 1. And did that match our original dividend? No, it did not. So therefore, this is a no statement. This one, they want us to draw a quick picture, which again, you don't do. So I am going to not do that. I think I'm just going to go right on over here to this question. This one says Russ and Vicky are trying to solve this problem. There are 146 students taking buses to the museum. If each bus holds 24 students, how many buses will they need? Russ says that the students need 6 buses. Vicky says that they need 7 buses. Who is correct in explaining reasoning? All right, so now we are going to go ahead and do this. So it was 146 students divided by only 24 can go on each bus. So can 24 go into 1? No. 14? No. Into 146. Yes. Now we already kind of have an idea of where it is going to be. They're saying either 6 or 7. So I'm going to do 24 times 6 first. Let's see what that is. That would be 24, carry your 2. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. And yeah, you're not going to get any closer, but when you subtract that, it comes out to be two remaining students are not going to fit on those full buses. So are you going to tell those 2 students to go away? No, you are not. So you're not just going to need 6. You're actually going to need a whole nother bus, one more bus for these 2 students. Even though it's just 2 students, you still need another bus. So therefore it is 7 buses total are needed. All right, 15, we are not going to do. So I am going to go on to the next page and just do one more with you. So it's going to be this one up here. Steve is buying apples for 5th grade. Each bag holds 12 apples. If there are 75 students total, how many bags of apples will Steve need to buy if he wants to give 1 apple to each student? So in this case, we are again going to be dividing 75 students, and there's only 12 in each bag. So we got to figure out how many bags are needed. So can 12 go into 7? No, it cannot. Now I do happen to have this. How close to 75 that we can get as possible without going over? It is 6, because 6 times 12 was 72 with 3 remaining. So therefore it means 6 bags, 6 full bags, but then 3 more out of another one in order to feed everybody. So therefore we actually need to up this. He was actually going to have to buy 1 more bag. So therefore 6 plus that 1 more bag comes out to be 7 total bags to feed everybody. So that is what you are going to be, that was the end of this. We are going to actually be moving on to chapter 3. There will be no test as of right now with division because not everyone knows their multiplication facts. So maybe later on I'll come back to a division test, but for right now we are not doing a division test. We're going to go right into chapter 3. So I will be giving you a lesson on that later. All right, I will pause it right now. We will see you next time. Goodbye, guys.